It's been 2 years, but it is time for another video response to a Kevin Rennie article, the esteemed Hartford Current columnist. I'm Mark Stewart, and I did this first back Labor Day of 2018. It is Labor Day, September 7th, 2020, and I'm responding to a well-written piece about wanting, really demanding, a better leader for the Connecticut community college system. Mark Ojakian's moving on. We need somebody better. I do have a suggestion. As Mr. Rennie has implored, I, Mark Stewart for Hartford, have a pretty significant turn that I think the system should take. I am a candidate for office in Hartford, but more so for all of Connecticut. And our 17 campuses in the system serve all of Connecticut. They could serve better if they were geared towards practical jobs. Get rid of majors in liberal arts. Now, I'm a liberal arts product, but that was 36 years ago when firms actually hired people who were well-rounded in the liberal arts, and even if you wanted to go into the technical fields, the liberal arts degree they respected and still could put you into the sciences. That is almost totally disrespected now. Unless you graduate from a truly elite university, top 20, your liberal arts degree is doing you no good. And that's what I contend is the case for the liberal arts majors at our state university system. I think that's true even of UConn. Your degree, and CCSU still has these majors, in anthropology, art, dance education, French. Unless you have from the get-go an easy way into teaching and productively making money in this, these majors are not helping you. We should steer our kids exclusively to practical jobs, and that means sciences. Look, manufacturing in Connecticut, at least before COVID, there was a dearth of employees. We should not have to import people from India and Latin America to do things that our kids here in Connecticut would be well served by. Computer-aided design, HVAC, chemical engineering, environmental remediation, solar power, battery storage, which is a component of solar power. Those are some of the new-fashioned things that we need people to do. Look, there are old-fashioned things that we need. Old-fashioned welding, old-fashioned machinists, old-fashioned, it's not that old, but robot mechanism operations. Ask Kevin, not this Kevin, the one down in New London at Electric Boat, Kevin Greenstein, how much of a need there is for skilled welders. We're about to lose a submarine contract because they can't assure the federal government that it can come through on its desired purchase. That's sad when there's so much talent here in Connecticut. So, first day of the job, this person should be on the phone. I don't want the job. I want to see it done well. This person nominated should be on the phone with Greenstein, getting them housing for kids who would like to do internships 5 days a week. They're in college maybe 1 day a week on weekends. It can be online. And working in a machine shop building careers 5 days a week. That practical education has merit. It costs us less, yet at the same time it saves good firms money. Too bad we didn't have this kind of program in New Haven for Gateway community college kids and SCSU kids who might have been at Ojakian, kept them from leaving. Well, there's still Yale. They could be there every week. And Yale, they draw down grants. Okay? There's no stopping, it seems like, the grant money that comes to that esteemed university. So we help feed them. How about feeding the good Windsor Locks, Windsor area companies? Asnuntuck kids are in perfect position for that. There's still manufacturing in Waterbury, and so Northwest Regional kids, so the Naugatuck Valley students, they could be helping those firms out as well. Right in central Connecticut, I'm just down the road from CCSU. Why not have a pipeline to the manufacturers in Berlin? The manufacturer called Stanley Works, biggest remaining employer, that's just on the other side of New Britain. These are productive things that we should automatically be steering our kids to. If somebody really wants to take liberal arts courses in addition, it's like a hobby, and they should pay for it. Okay? Cost of tuition, $50,000. If you or your 529 plan can afford it, fine. But if we, the state of Connecticut, is helping pay your way, it's not going to be in dance education. I might have omitted the Eastern Connecticut colleges. I shouldn't. Kinnebog, Middlesex, Three Rivers. Those students can be productively employed in southeastern Connecticut. There's one that I know I left out, and in a way, it's the biggest. It's Charter Oak. It is the online community college, centered in New Britain, but serving kids from home. This is the time when people don't want to be on campus in the first place, or even if they do, campuses don't want them spreading disease. Charter Oak should be flourishing right now. They've picked up a little bit. I talked to somebody a month ago now. But by contrast, SNHU, Southern New Hampshire University, that's the online to our north. They dominate. Okay? They don't have any extra special talent, but they put more into it. I've been to their headquarters, 80 desks of reception people waiting to field calls and steering kids from all over the country to Southern New Hampshire University's online offerings. I actually called them today, Labor Day, and somebody answered. Think that's happening here at CCS at Charter Oak? I called them today. And yes, somebody at SNHU was answering in a reception mode. Not the case here at Charter Oak. We can make an immediate impact if we're devoted. This should be treated like a business, because right now it's a money-losing endeavor. That's not a business. And it's not even serving our kids well in the process of losing money. I do believe that tuition should be more fully paid for. Not complete, but more fully. Now, what's a student to do if she doesn't have a big 529 savings? That's where student loans still come in, and where even private lenders will help out beyond student loans if you are going into a productive profession. If you're going to end up basket weaving, no, you shouldn't get a loan. If you're going to be productively employed, and by the way, there's been no recession for science majors. The problem when you hear since 2008 about university graduates sitting on their parents' couches, that's because they majored in things that were not valued. So I'm going to give a final value. This university system, all the way from Norwalk, all the way to Kinnebog, we can be the leaders in cybercrime detection. Okay, there's a major right now, but people don't look to this as leadership. Why not? We would save Connecticut citizens who are preyed upon by cybercrime more often than average. We would reduce anxiety, and we'd be productively getting people jobs and putting criminals away. We need people who know how to sift through conversations intelligently to detect criminality before it happens. We need prosecutors. The staff is too small right now to bring in conspirators who bring out criminals. That puts people away, and that just may deter crime in the first place. Let Connecticut be a leader in this. We might end up outsourcing our abilities to other states who'd look to us, say, you guys are good at busting criminals. We want you to bust even criminals in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Illinois. As for Kevin's final contention that nepotism and job padding is plaguing the state university system, it's an of course to get rid of that. hire people based on merit, not who they know or who their bloodlines are attached to. All right. Thank you all for listening. Kevin, thanks for prompting this. I wish you a good Labor Day.